watching us. This is SuperScreen News at 8. I am Olamide Onka. The federal government says the ongoing search for the 110 girls who were abducted from the Government Girls Science and Technical College, Dapchi, Yobe State, has been extended to the neighboring countries. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, who disclosed this, said the Chief of Defense Staff, Abayomi Olonishakin, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibok Etekwe Bas, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Burutai, and the Director General of the Department of State Services, Al-Haji Lawal Dora, have moved to the northeast to add more urgency to the search. The military chiefs joined the Chief of Air Staff, Marshal Abubakar, who had earlier been relocated to the northeast, and the National Security Advisor, Babagana Mungunu, who had also visited the theater. Government has set up a panel to unravel the circumstances surrounding the girls' abduction. Now, the Jamatul Nasrul Islam, under the leadership of the Sultan of Sokoto State, Saad Abubakar III, has condemned the federal government and security agencies for the handling of the abduction of the 110 Dapchi girls. The group said the abduction of the girls is the most potent action to frustrate the girl-child education. The Secretary General of the JNI, Abubakar Khalid Aliyu, said in Kaduna that a competent government would have sanctioned those implicated in the Dapchi girls' travails. You will recall that the school was attacked on February 19, 2018, while 110 girls are still missing. A female suicide bomber in Buniyadi, Yobe State, killed herself and injured 3 others when a bomb wrapped on her exploded. An eyewitness who declined to be identified said the incident occurred at about dawn prayer time at Fulatari Ward in Buniyadi, Yobe State. The Supreme Court has ordered the High Court of Federal Capital Territory in Maitama, Abuja, to give an accelerated hearing to the trial of a former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, retired. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, prosecuting Dasuki and others before the FCTI court on charges bordering on alleged diversion of multi-billion naira funds earmarked for the purchase of arms meant to be used to fight the insurgency in the northeast. The 5-man panel of the Apex Court, headed by Justice Datio Mohammed, and authored in a judgment on 2 separate appeals by Dasuki that the trial, initiated in 2015, had been frustrated at the Federal Capital Territory High Court by various interlocutory applications and appeals. Ahead of the 2019 general elections, more than 2,000 members of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Rivers State officially defected to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The group, under the auspice of the Ikwere Youth Movement, IYM, from the 4 Ikwere-speaking parts of the state, formally announced their defection in an event organized by PDP.
Members of the Ikwere Youth Movement, which cuts across Ikwere, Emuha, Obiam, Akwa, and Port Harcourt local government areas, accused the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, of marginalizing them as they made their defection to the opposition party official. Speaking to journalists in Port Harcourt, Vice Chairman of the group, Chijoke Ajanimwa, pledged to work with the PDP administration to transform the state's fortune for good.
They suffer. They're too much. As I'm standing here today, I play my politics not because of money. I'm a full bona fide IYM member. But ever since, nothing has been happening.
I want to promise you that after today, we will take this information down to the grassroots. We will walk down every area. We must wait till we go down to the community.
I have been in darkness, and just one word, Jesus Christ said, let there be light, and there was light. And Wisdom has declared that in whatsoever there in Obiabo at large, let there be light. Chidi is out of darkness. We are in for the progress of River State. that the members of IYM there have today declared and denounced.
On his part, Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Samuel Owanosike, charged the newly defected members to ensure full participation in the ongoing continuous voter registration and express their constitutional rights next year.
If you know you don't have a PVC card, it's an opportunity for you to go to INEC and get your PVC card ready. Because come 2019, we will use our PVC cards to vote out all ABC candidates. What you have done today with your leaders, Chijoke and Cole, you have sent a message to Abuja. Leadership is not made by man, it's made by God. The leadership of Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike is made by God. And that is why the dividend today is very obvious for all to see. If you have come, get prepared to continue the struggle.
The leaders of the People's Democratic Party in the states assured the new members of equal opportunities in the party.
And to all the story now, Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has released 838 million naira to pay accrued pensions to its retirees for February. A statement by the Lagos State Pension Commission, LASPEC, signed by its Director General Folashade Ononuga, said that the amount was paid to 141 retirees under the Contributory Pension Scheme. Ononuga said the payment of the accrued pension rights will continue monthly under the current administration. She assured all the retirees that the pensioners' identity card is in progress and will be provided as soon as the necessary approval is obtained. The National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has arrested 2 suspects in possession of hard drugs valued at about 50 million naira at Malam Aminu International Airport, Kano State. NDLEA Commandant Ambrose Omoru said the suspects, a man and a woman, were arrested on February 17th by the operatives of the command during a routine inward screening of passengers on board Ethiopian Airline flight number ET941 with the substances suspected to be narcotic drugs. Umaru said one of the suspects, Nweke Emmanuel, a 49-year-old native of Ire in Idemili South local government area of Anambra State, was caught with 2.180 kilograms of ingested heroin. He also said the quantity is the single largest drug ingestion seizure recorded in the country in recent times. Now, about 280 contracts and adjunct lecturers at the Rivers State University of Science and Technology, Port Harcourt, has appealed to the state governor, Nyesom Wike, to pay their outstanding salaries for the 2015 and 16 sessions and 2016 and 17 academic sessions. The lecturers who disclosed this to journalists said the government owes some of them as much as 23 months in arrears. More details in this report.
Speaking with journalists at the University Complex in Rivers State, coordinator of the contract lecturers, Professor Sonny Amadi, thanked the state governor Nyesom Wike for the payment of 3.5 months arrears in 2017, but appealed that they look into the remaining outstandings.
What I do here today is to draw the attention of the governor to the painful plight of the above categories of staff of Rivers State University who are currently burdened with outstanding arrears of salaries in 2015, 2016, and 2016, 2017, ranging between 8 and 23 months. This disclosure is coming on the heels of series of earlier appeals to the authorities to address the unfortunate situation and bring the travail of the affected staff to an end. It is on record that sometime in 2017, about 3.5 months of the arrears were duly paid by the government to relieve the prolonged dilemma.
One of the lecturers, Felix Bariko, who also spoke in the same vein, explained that the appeal is coming on the heels of series of earlier appeals made to the authorities to address the situation and put an end to their suffering.
This problem actually started in February of 2016, when everybody's salary was stopped in the state for biometrics. at the end of that biometrics in August, these categories of staff, contra, adjunct, sabbatical, professors and the academic and the technical staff were not captured in that biometrics. And that was when the agitation started, as if we are about to be left out, because we believe that he has not been properly briefed.
Professor Amadi pointed out that the engagement of the contract lecturers helps to alleviate problems of the shortage of qualified personnel at the university, expressing hopes that the non-payment crisis will end soon.
Here's the words in SuperScreen News at 8. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll take some news from the business scene. Stay with us. Welcome back to SuperScreen News at 8, and now for some business stories. The federal government says it has spent 8.3 billion naira to rehabilitate the Funtua to Guswa Federal Highway. The federal government awarded contracts for the upgrade and rehabilitation of the 104-kilometer road in 2009. The Minister of Works, Power and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, who was represented by the Director of Federal Highways, Busari Sikiru, disclosed this in Funtua, Katsina State, while inspecting the rehabilitation of the road, and said the previous government awarded the road contract at 7.9 billion naira. Siriku said the present administration reviewed the contracts from 7.9 billion to 8.3 billion naira. He added that the current administration had been providing funds to the construction company to enable finishing of the project. Now, the Houses of Representatives has passed a vote of no confidence on the Minister of Mines and Steel, Kayode Fayemi, and the Minister of State, Bawa Buhari, for shunning its sectoral debate. The lawmakers took the decision on Thursday in Abuja after the minister failed to attend a debate on steel development in Nigeria. The decision followed a motion moved by the Leader of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, during a plenary session at the lower chamber of the National Assembly in the nation's capital.
I want you to imagine what would have been the outcome today in Nigeria if we had completed this plan 34 years ago as originally planned. Also imagine if there's any nation on this earth that will sink more than $5.1 billion of its hard-earned money on any project and simply walk away from it when it is 98% completed. Could this be national sabotage, or have we been bewitched by some powerful sorcerers?
Mr. Speaker, I want to say that the challenges we have in the economy needs a lot of interventions. And this is one apparent intervention that you brought for us to save this nation from an economic quagmire. Mr. Speaker, if this matter is looked into, if this issue is addressed, an infrastructure that was built in the last 36 years, and at that time, this infrastructure is 98% completion. What we just require now is 2% to complete this infrastructure that will impact positively on the GDP of the nation. It's an infrastructure that, when completed by this 2%, will also impact positively on our foreign reserve. An infrastructure that will create millions and thousands and millions of jobs for our jobless Nigerians. And here we are, people acting in authority. Here we are, people taking the opportunity of democratic process in the name of ministers, undermining our sanctity as the representative of the people of Nigeria.
They also said that they will be in support of the sectoral debate. Sectoral debate is an initiative of the 8th House of Representatives encapsulated in the legislative agenda introduced by the Speaker of the House, Yakubu Dogara, with the aim of reviving Nigeria's economy.
The added discovery just now that the sole administrator of Ajaokuta, who was invited, was also instructed not to come. It appears that there has been a total boycott, which you refer to, you use that word twice in your letter to them. of the House's invitation. I now move the second leg, Mr. Speaker. But based on the facts apparent to this House, that this House does move a motion of no confidence on the two ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I so move.
I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Leader of the House. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
And to all news now, stakeholders in the agricultural sector has kicked against palm oil importation, urging President Muhammadu Buhari and the Federal Executive Council to halt the trend. Report says Nigeria spent 116.3 billion naira on palm oil import last year. Speaking with journalists, the farmers and members of the Plantation Owners Forum of Nigeria said they were in support of the move by the Senate to ban palm oil import. The Senate urged the federal government to ban palm oil imports to encourage local production and protect the farmers. Now, the Kebbi State Governor, Atiku Baguda, and the Chairman, Presidential Task Force on Rice and Wheat Production, has assured Nigerians of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration's determination to ensure rice availability and affordability. Bagudu disclosed this to journalists after meeting with the Rice Distributors Association of Nigeria and Rice Millers Association of Nigeria in Lagos State. According to Bagudu, from the contributions of all the stakeholders, it is apparent that what Nigerians want is actually not making subsidy available for the rice production. Bagudu said the mandate given to this task force is under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari and the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo to ensure Nigeria attains self-sufficiency in rice and wheat production. He also said making rice affordable and accessible such that Nigeria-produced rice could be competitive as those of the imported ones. And still on the business scene, the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, in Imo State has sealed 6 petrol stations in Owerri and Ngopala for overpricing on the dispensing and obstructing the activities of DPR officials. DPR Operations Controller in Southeast, Peter Ije, said the action was to ensure that petroleum product marketers complied with the government-regulated price of 145 naira per litre of petrol. Ije said the sealed stations would pay a fine of 100,000 naira for each operational fuel dispenser at the time the station was sealed. He also said the department will continue to be vigilant to prevent illegal activities by petrol marketers in the state. You're still watching SuperScreen News at 8. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll take some news from the foreign scene and some sports stories and entertainment stories. Stay with us.